Hi guys, welcome back. Nick Reeves here, welcome to my channel if you've never been here before. Today we're talking about this box here. Now, every once in a while you might hear of bargains going along and things you just can't turn down. Well, this box hopefully is one of them. Long story short, I was put on to this by my dad. It was spotted on eBay. I might see if I can get a picture up of the screenshot of the listing. It's here in the UK. We've got quite a few different model distributors, for want of a better word. One of the older ones that I'm aware of is Flare Models. Now, they seem to have gone a bit under the radar recently. I don't know what the reasoning is behind them, behind that happening. But I noticed when my dad showed me the link that most of the items in here seem to be packaged as Flare. So I'm wondering if they're having a bit of a stock clearance, rebranding or something like that, or hopefully not, going down the pan. We've lost quite a few UK suppliers the last few years. I wouldn't want to see another one going under. But anyway, this box here, the listing said 400 quid's worth. And delivered to me, it was 70 quid. So, as you can see, it's quite a big, hefty box. It's a good size, and it's not the lightest thing in the world either. So, I haven't actually opened this yet. I don't know what's in here. I thought I'd give it an open and see what we've got. Now, I don't know if you can see behind me, might be better over that shoulder, over there. I've got quite a few accessories and bags and bits and pieces all hanging up. The idea was that it was all readily available. I can just go and grab it and pick it up and have it. Unfortunately, there's so much stuff in the way, it's not really worked out. But I think this lot in here might well add to that. So, let's see what we've got. We even had to clear the bench a bit to get everything up a big enough space here to open this up. Alright then, lots of packaging. Lots of hopefully the audio is a bit better on this as well, because I noticed on the last couple of videos when I've been editing them it seems to have gone a bit funny but then come right again. I'm wondering if the microphone on the camera has been picking up the power supply fan that I've got behind us and trying to balance out for it. Yeah, there we go. I'm actually quite excited about this because I've seen something that I haven't seen for years. Now, I don't know how well you can pick that up. It's a plastic spinner and it looks orange on the camera, but that is actually fluorescent orange. Always like them. And we've got fluorescent orange and fluorescent green as well. Let's see what else we've got. Right, these are all the spinners I'm just going to pull out of here. Probably most of these I'll never use. I can tell straight away the picture on the listing does not cover everything that's in here, because there's only something like 5 spinners shown on the listing. So they're all 2-blade spinners. Even an uncut one there, which would be good. Any more spinners? Oh, there's another one. Another 2. 3. Obviously they're trying to get rid of spinners. These are all quite large. These are probably at 2.5 inch, most of these. Some of the bigger ones. How big is that one? 3-inch spinners. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 19 spinners there. Okay, so 19 spinners straight away. Even if they're £1 each, which they're not, they're more than that. There's 20 quid's worth straight away there. I'm going to put this box on the floor, because I'm not going to have enough space. What else have we got? Now that could be handy. Fuel tubing, but that's diesel tubing, so I might not use that for models, but I've got an idea for the strimmer in the garden for that. Starter motor rubber, fuel tubing, a wheel, but I know there's more of them. We've got a servo mount there. See, I don't know if you can see, they're all labelled as flare items. And some saddle clamps. I'm just going to grab handfuls out of here and just see what we've got. This is quite literally handfuls. More fuel tubing. Wheels. Now these wheels are actually quite good. They've got them smooth hub wheels. There's white and blue. There's also another set of white there. I thought I saw some red ones as well somewhere. Yep, there's a set of red ones. Another set of blues. 2-inch, 2 1/4 inch. They'll be nice on vintage models. Another set of red. So again, straight away, I'm thinking here, if everything was £1 to buy, this is going to be more than 70 quid's worth. I will, at the end of it, I will have a count up and see what there is. More fuel tubing. Random wheel at the moment. Plastic bands. Oh, it's going to take me ages to sort out. Servo arms. 5 heavy duty servo arms. So another set of them there. Saddle clamps. More saddle clamps. No servo mount. I'm going to try and organise this a bit, even if it's just on the bench. I don't know if I will be able to though. Right, these are closed loop rudder horns. Now, I don't know how well you'll be able to see them. That's what they look like. They're quite handy. Not just for rudders either. Quick link with 9-inch threaded rod. So you've got clevis on one end and a threaded rod. Now you think, well, okay, that's just one of them. But again, I think they're like £2 or something to buy, just the one. Nose leg. Simple but usable. A lot of these sorts of items I can imagine being, oh Nick, have you got one of these? Oh yeah, hold on, I'll just go and get it off the wall. Another pack of rubber bands. This is ridiculous if it's in there. Again, another handful. So that's all from one listing. Now, as an example, I've got in my hands 12 gauge threaded rods, so I'm guessing they're 3mm, and these ones are certainly M2 rods. M2 threaded rods, there's 10 in there I think. That's got to be now probably 4 or 5 quid's worth if you're buying that many. And these ones, I don't know how much the M3 ones are. The other thing which I've seen as well, a lot of people don't use these now because they've got a servo in each wing, but you've got torque rods. Another threaded rod, more threaded rods. What I'll probably end up doing is taking most of these out of their original packaging and put them into, so there's another pack of M3 rods. Engine mount, silicon tubing, exhaust extensions, servo mounts, nose leg, sprung nose leg, that could be handy. M3 push rods. So I shouldn't be getting overly excited about all this sort of thing, but I can't believe how much was in here just now. Saddle clamps, aileron bearings, ball links, pack of ball links. Simple, usable, 8BA. I'm not going to worry about it. There's bound to be something in here which I won't use. But for now, there's lots of it that I will use. Well, there you go. There's a pack of 4 ball links. Again, that must be £2 to buy. Lots of silicone tubing. Another mount, another starter rubber. Nose leg. What I'll do is, when I've come to the end of all this and spoken about it, I'll actually catalogue everything that's here. And I'll see if I can fit the description in the bottom. And what I might well do is go online and see if I can find a listing somewhere for each item and put the retail price next to it, and then have a grand total at the bottom. Because they've said 400 quid's worth. I don't know if it's going to be 400 quid or not, but I think it's going to be more than 70. So yeah, I'll make a list of that. Right. I don't know if I'll ever use some of this stuff, but there's a hell of a lot of it that I will use. These servo horns as well. Servo covers. These are very handy for if you're designing your own airplane. You make the aileron fit around them. And there's 2 different sizes. That's the larger size, and that's the smaller size. Standard size servos, mini servos. More tubing. Sorry if I've got my back to you, but the box is down here. Servo covers. Now we're starting to get to the interesting stuff. These are fuel tanks. 16-ounce fuel tank. Probably a similar size fuel tank. No, that's slightly bigger, so that's probably a 20-ounce. $14, 12-ounce. 10-ounce fuel tank. Servo covers. Another engine mount. Got a couple of engine mounts for a 60 and 15. Another engine mount. Now these are very handy. These are 3mm. These are what they call threaded adapters. So you solder one end onto a rod, and then you've got a threaded end for a clevis. It looks like there's going to be loads of these. Saddle clamps. More fuel tubing. Can't have too much fuel tubing. Tail wheel assembly. Again, always handy. More engine mounts. I guess for about a 40 size engine. Threaded adapters. Saddle clamps. I'll get to the bottom here. Right, so they're aileron torque rods, horns. These, again, I wouldn't necessarily put these into a model myself, but if I was buying a second-hand model and I was trying to refurbish it, and it had these fitted, you want to put the same thing back in for a quick fix. That's your answer. More saddle clamps, mini bolt. Okay, so they're smaller ball link ends. I can't believe how much is in here. Now, that will be handy for something I've got coming on. Bell cranks. Now, those of you that know me, every now and again I take the notion for control line flying. I've got diesel engines everywhere, and actually up in my loft I've got 3 combat wing kits, which I'm sure at some point I'll build and do a video of. Ewan really fancies having a go at what he calls swing round planes. It'd be amusing to see him get on with them. More ball links, another engine mount. Servo clamps, pin hinges. Again, I don't tend to use them, but again, if you're trying to refurbish a model. What are they? Oh, control horns. Another engine mount. Some clamps. Some more of them. Some wheels going on here. Some more wheels. I don't even know where the wheels have gone. They can go down there. More ball links. Nose leg steering arm. Saddle clamps. And now that's, well, looks of it, all the small bits. Now this gets the interesting part. This is one of the things that actually drew me to it, because what's left in here is what most people call a consumable. It's lots of props. And I mean lots of props. So the first one out, master airscrew 14.8, master 13.6, second 14.8, APC 14.8, APC 14.8, master 13.10, bit of an odd size, master, what size is that? 10.6, master 10.6, two 11.6s, a whole pack, so 6 in there, 10.8s, APCs. Curious to know how much they're worth. 11 by 3s. I didn't even know you could get them. Now they will be good. They're good for fun fly models. On a 40 or a 36 or something like that. Good use for them. What's this? 13.8. Another 13.8. APC 14.5 narrow. Says pattern. Not quite sure what I'd use that for. And again, a second one of those. So that is everything out of the goodie box. And I'm quite impressed with it. There's lots of stuff here. I'm actually quite shocked how much stuff's here. So what I need to do now is going to get a pen and pad and start writing things down as to what we've got, so I can put a list at the bottom. Almost make this a competition, see who can get the right figure. Actually, I might well do that. Comment at the bottom with how much you think it's all worth, and then after a while I'll put a grand total in, and the data which I got all the figures from. I'm sorry, I'm lost now as to what to say. This is just quite surprising. So I bought this 70 quid delivered. There is much more than 70 quid here. Yeah, some of it I might never use. I might well give some away, but there's a hell of a lot here that I will use. So it shows it's worth keeping an eye out on the likes of eBay, Gumtree, your favourite selling sites. You never know where you're going to see a bargain. You can even go to like your local charity shops. I've picked up engines from charity shops for buttons, and yeah, they might not be the greatest engine in the world, but if it runs and you sell it on for a tenner, 20 quid or whatever, you've made a few quid. So I'm going to try and get this all packed away again in this box, and in doing so make a list of what's here, and then figure out where I'm going to put it all. So I might have to tidy up as well. So yeah, I'll get all the details put below. Don't forget to click the like button if you like this sort of thing. what I'll do is in future videos, if I use something out of this lot, I'll be mentioning it. Excuse me. Social media feeds are all below. Click on them. Yeah, and I'll probably come back to you once I've got a bit more to say on it, but just now I'm a bit sort of speechless. So until next time, I'll catch you later. Okay, so I've just, as a bit of an add-on to the end of this video, just put all the lot away and made a quick note of what's here. And just going on items alone, packets of things, there's 163 individual packets. That's quite a lot. So even if they're £1 each, I've got double what I paid for it straight away. I know there's a lot more than that in there. So yeah, I'll go and see if I can get a price of them, get it all up. It should be below. Get your guesses in. And I'll let you know soon what the answer is. Until then, catch you a bit later.